Ladies and gentlemen, the Singapore government just announced a very big news on the property market, and this is set to have some impact on the residential private property market assets, especially the new development. So let's just watch on and see what this is and the impact to the property market. So the government has stepped in to curb private property flipping, and this is targeted at a particular segment. And I would like to say that the new Minister of National Development, Minister Cheong Tat, is actually flexing now his muscles and certainly made his presence felt. Let's just watch on, shall we? So as usual, these are my disclaimers. And remember to hit subscribe for there are quite important news are coming up. And particularly, I'll try to invite an industry player, an industry expert to come in and tonight and try to give you his perspective on this important news. So the government has just announced on 4th of July, Independence Day of America, the seller stamp duties for residential properties will be increased. Okay, and this is clearly targeted at the rising cases of property flipping. So the duties is raised to 16% for holding of 1 year, and it drops by 4% for additional year. So this is a seller stamp duty. Now buyers all have to pay stamp duties regardless of the tenure, but the seller stamp duties is only valid, if you previously sell it within 3 years. Now it is extended to 4 years. Let's take a look at the details. So these new rules will apply to all residential property purchased on and after 4th of July. So the seller stamp duties holding period is previously, before this announcement came out, if you sell within 1 year, you will get slapped a 12% seller stamp duty. But you hold it between 1 to 2 years, 8%, 2 to 3 years, 4%, and above 3 years was zero. Okay, so that was in the past. Now with these new rules, if you buy a property and you flip within 1 year, you get hit 16%. Followed by that, between 1 to 2 years, you get 12%, and 2 to 3 years, you get hit 8%, and 3 to 4 years, now for the first time, 4%. Okay, now some people will say 4%, no big deal, but 4% of a property of private property nowadays easily are in their millions, right? 1 to 2 to 3 million dollars. 4% of it is a very big number. So clearly, will a lot of flippers. So the revised seller stamp duty will not affect owners of HDB due to the minimum occupation period. You need 5 years anyway. That begs the question, there are some sellers for some special reason have to sell the flat within 5 years and get approval. I don't know whether they'll be hit or not. Before 2017, actually the SSD holding period was 4 years. Okay, so this is not a new rule. Previously was actually these rules. Then it was reduced from 4 years to 3 years. Okay, and the SSD were also reduced by 4% for each tier of the holding period. So this new set of rules is not that new. In fact, it was already there for since 2017. It just got brought back. So clearly there's some speculative activity that government see already right? So the ministry said that the government noticed that the number of private property transaction with short holding period has increased sharply. So in particular, there has been a significant increase in the subsale of units that has not been completed. That's why there's long queues of people buying new property. A lot of them are flippers, right? So therefore, the government will revert to the pre-2017 SSD holding period of 4 years and raise the SSD rates by 4% for each tier of the holding period. Now, just to let you know how big the subsale flipping is. So there's a report by property firm OrangeTee Group in April shows that the subsale gained traction in 2024, jumping to 1,306 transactions, up from 178 in 2020. I don't know whether 2020 is a fair year to compare because it was a lockdown period, okay? But subsale accounted for 6.6% of the overall landed home sale. The Business Times has earlier reported in March 2024, subsale volume has risen for a second year to the highest at about 1,300 transactions. It was a 69% jump. While the volume of subsale transaction, where buyers can flip a new unit before a project is completed, although it has increased, but it's a far smaller number compared to the peak at 2007 when almost 5,000 units were transacted in a year. Such transaction has been creeping up and majority of transactions remain highly profitable. So my take is this, that this move, number one, shows that our new M&D Minister, Minister Cheong Tat, is maintaining the government stance of making sure that residential property, the first objective is really for homestay, right? For stay and not for investment and speculation. The government stance has always been, they want to make sure that the property prices try to be, in line with economic fundamentals. Now, clearly, the economic fundamentals and the property prices has went out of whack, and they are trying to bring it in line. But this policy seems like a very micro-targeting policy, hitting at only the subsale segment. So it is not a broad-based one. So I don't think the impact will be that great. So it's not meant to crash the property. It's meant to curb property speculation. So I'll try to invite Dragon Tan to come in. I haven't managed to get to contact him yet, but if he can come in and do a live stream with me tonight, that'll be great. And give us an industry perspective of what's happening on the ground. So remember, hit subscribe and don't miss this live stream, and I'll catch up with you tonight on this matter. Okay, thank you, and I'll see you tonight. Bye-bye. I found this Bongaraya Pia. It is full of 猪油渣, this pork lard, and it's one of those Pia that is very, very popular. It's all over the internet. I'm gonna buy it and show you, okay? I never tried it, so a lot of people tried it. We're just lucky we passed by it just now. Okay, wow. It's very soft, the skin. Wow. The skin is very soft. The fish it's full of pork lard, man. Inside is actually crispy from pork lard.
This is pork lard, right?
Wow, to die for. One more mouth. Lots and lots of pork lard. Wow, this is the fastest way to float to heaven, man. Now B is trying the papia. B is a big fan of 猪油渣, the pork lard. Generous.
You're not so generous. Started to put more.
Wow.
The pork lard is very crispy, very fresh. Not those kind of overnight type. Very, very fresh. Nice. And it's sweet. It's more like sweet, savory sweet.
So this is the Nonya Laksa, and the sea ham is very fresh looking and deadly. Very nice chili. I'm gonna mix it. Okay. I'm not that big a laksa person, but I saw everybody here buying this laksa. So I cannot don't order. I'll try this Malacca Laksa. Okay, I'm gonna try it. Okay, it makes the bihun and the noodle. I like. The taste is very flavorful, yet you don't have a lot of cow coconut taste. I like the coconut taste, but after eating already, you feel like lactose intolerant like that. This one is very rich in the taste, and yet not so much coconut milk. I'll give it an A+. Very good. Must order. So, see how's the egg?
The egg is good. I mean,
Egg is
egg, but flavorful.
flavorful.
Yeah.
Okay. I saw on social media they say the egg with the bread toast very nice. How is it?
It's good.
Very good.
Must come and take.
It's not like the toast like that. This is the thin type.
It's the classic type.
Classic type. Good. Very good. Okay. My turn. So I already took one bite without the egg. Now I'm going to take another bite with the egg. Okay. This is really very good. The bread is thin. The kaya and the butter is in the right mix. Not as deadly as the toast. It's a must-have. Very, very good. Simple and good. A+. What's the verdict on the laksa? Nonya laksa.
It's very nice.
Huh?
It's very nice.
Any more description?
I think like what you said, it doesn't. It does have the coconut milk, but I think I remember it's not as thick as the ones in Singapore.
Yeah, Singapore one, the coconut milk very thick.
It's very nice.
Very nice, right?
Those people who don't like too much salt, right? This one a bit more salty, but it's nice.
So this is the very famous coffee shop in Oldtown. It's called Xiang Cafe. Okay, Xiang Cafe. And this is the number. You can Google and look for the address. It's in an old part of the town. We've been eating 2 days of breakfast here. Looks very amazing. You gotta try it.